Alright, this tutorial is going to give you a quick overview of how to get started with Google Docs, which is no longer located in Google Docs, but in Drive. So to get there, type in your browser, drive.google.com. Alright, when it loads up, you'll notice that you have a list of documents. You might have some folders as well as documents, depending on what somebody has already shared with you. On the left-hand side, you'll have a big red Create button. That's what you're going to use to get started creating documents. Below that, you'll have a couple of different links to different areas where things are stored. It's kind of like a filing system. You can look at everything that's yours. You can look at everything that has been shared with you from somebody else. You can look at anything that you've starred. That's your way of kind of marking things as important. You can look at recent things, or you can look at a whole slew of other views. Getting started is very easy. Just simply click Create. Document, that's kind of like your Microsoft Word text document. Presentation, you're looking at a PowerPoint kind of system there. Spreadsheet allows you to create Excel type documents. You can even export to Excel if you'd like to. Then you get into forms and drawings and folders and even more stuff. But this is just a basic tutorial, so we're going to start with something simple like creating a document. So click on Create a Document. A new tab should open up, and now you have this Microsoft Word looking page, and you can go ahead and type away. Now that's great, and it's useful if you don't own Microsoft Word or some other text editing software, but the real power in Google Docs or in Google Drive is the ability to share documents. So you come over to the top right and find this Share button. Right now, this document is only available to me. If I click Share, first it's going to ask me to save it. So come up with some sort of clever name and click Save. Alright, at the top there's a link. You can use this if you make the privacy level public. You can use this link to make the document available to anyone. Or if it's private, anyone that you include in the collaboration section can see what's on this link. So down in the collaboration section, who has access? You can make it private. It's private by default. Which means that only you and the people you choose can see it. Or you can click Change and you can make it available to anyone with the link that we looked at the very top. Or you can make it publicly accessible. I'm going to keep this private. Nobody else really needs to see this document, so we're just going to keep it private. Now, in order to share with people, down in this bottom section, you just start typing in their names or their email addresses. If you have them in your Gmail contacts, you'll probably get a suggestion of who you might want to share that with. So you can choose the one that's important, and then you can choose the type of permission they have. Do you want them to be able to edit it? Do you want them to be able to comment on it, or just simply view it? If they're just viewing it, they can't type anything. All they can do is see the document. I want my buddy Kyle to be able to edit this document. So when I'm finished, I can check either of these boxes to get a copy of the email that Google's going to send him, or I can even have Google include this document in the email so he doesn't even have to log into Google Docs to see it. Then I simply click Share and Save. Kyle will get a notification saying that I've shared this document with him with a link to it, and off he can go. Now that's all great, and it is very useful for sharing a single document. But what if I'm going to create a series of documents and I want to share all of them? That's where folders can come in handy. So up in the top, you'll notice there's this little gray folder looking thing next to the name. If I click that, now I can see all of the folders that I have. Currently, this document is in my drive, but I can change its location to any of the folders that are listed here, or I can create a new folder. So I'm going to click Create a New Folder, and this folder will be called Kyle is a Ninja. Create. Now, you'll notice that if you click on any of the folders, they highlight. With Kyle is a Ninja highlighted, I'll click the Move button, and now my document is in the Kyle is a Ninja folder. If I go back to my drive and I click on the Kyle is a Ninja folder, I can see that there's that document. Now, I want anything that's in the Kyle is a Ninja folder to be shared with Kyle. So I'm going to right-click on the folder over here in the left-hand pane and click on Share. Again, I'm going to start typing in the Add People section. I'll choose the appropriate email address and click Share and Save. Now I'm done. Now, anything that I add to this folder will immediately be available to Kyle. That means that anytime I'm in the folder and I create a new document, it'll ask me, create this in a shared folder. Yes, let's do that. This document, by default, I'll need to name the document, but by default, when I click share, will be available to Kyle. This can save me tons of time, especially if I'm working with several collaborators at once, to just create new documents in a folder that's shared rather than sharing each individual folder. Particularly when I'm working with several collaborators, I'm likely to forget somebody. I don't know about you, but 9 times out of 10, I'm going to leave somebody off if there's more than 4 or 5 people that I need to share it with. So that's the power in Google Docs right there. So that's a real quick overview of Google Documents, the power you have through sharing, and how you can make your sharing more efficient by using folders. Let me know if you've got any questions.